Prynhawn da, chroeso cynnes I chi ato ni yma I Gaerdydd. A very warm welcome to Chapter Art Centre here in Cardiff for this very exciting live announcement of the 2019 British Academy Cymru Awards nominations. Chroeso cynnes I chi ato ni ar gyfer cyhoeddiad arbennig yma o enwebiadau Gwobrau'r Academi Brydeinig yng Nghymru ar gyfer 2019. Blwyddyn arall wedi gwibio heibio, blwyddyn arall o gynyrchiadau gwych a chyfle I ni ddathlu y gorau o dalenta Cymru. The British Academy Cymru Awards are a prestigious celebration of the very best in film, games and television talent in and from Wales. And we are very much looking forward to announcing the winners at St David's Hall in Cardiff, Sunday the 13th of October. Make a note of that date in your diary, but if you can't be with us, do not fret, as we will be streaming live on Facebook from the ceremony, so you can join us there and help us celebrate another fantastic creative year for Welsh talent. Since receiving entries from a wide range of individuals and companies in March, our voting members have viewed and voted upon all 24 categories and have then been considered by juries made up of industry professionals and experts from across the UK industry. A felly, dyma ni y prynhawn ma yn barod ar gyfer yr enwebiadau. So we can now begin and on to those all-important nominations. The nominations for actor sponsored by Audi. Anthony Hopkins as King Lear in King Lear. Celyn Jones as Levi Belfield in Manhunt. Matthew Rhys as Billy Winters in Death and Nightingales. Michael Sheen as Malcolm Howe in Apostle. The nominations for actress sponsored by Waterstone Homes. Eiri Thomas as Enid in Enid a Lucy. Gabrielle Creevy as Bethan Gwyndaf in My Skin. Jodie Whittaker as the Doctor in Doctor Who. Sian Gibson as Kaylee Kitson in Peter Kay's Car Share. The nominations for Breakthrough. Kai Morgan for various projects. Jamie Jones for Obey. Seren Jones for Zimbabwe, Taid a Fi. Steffan Kennydd for Enid a Lucy. Yr enwebiadau ar gyfer rhaglenni plant wedi noddi gan canolfan S4C yr Egin. The nominations for children's programmes sponsored by canolfan S4C yr Egin. Cyw ar gerddorfa. Deian a Loli ar Ffarwel. Going for Gold. Project Z. The nominations for costume design. Dawn Thomas Mondo for Morfydd. Dinah Collin for Gwen. Jane Spicer for Apostle. The nominations for Director Factual sponsored by Capital Law. Griffith Davis for Anorak. James Hale for Hidden Wales with Will Millard. May Williams for The Incurable Optimist. Suzanne Phillips for Andrew Davis, rewriting the classics. The nominations for Director Fiction sponsored by Champagne Tattinger. Juan Carlos Medina for A Discovery of Witches. Lee Haven Jones for The Bay. Mark Evans for Manhunt. Rhys Powys for Enid a Lucy. The nominations for editing sponsored by Gorilla. Madoc Roberts for Anorak. Al Edwards for Critical Inside Intensive Care. Angharad Owen for Enid a Lucy. Mali Evans for Traitors. The nominations for entertainment programme. Can I Gymru, Dathlu'r 50. Ellis James, Cic Lan yr Archif. Geraint Thomas, Vive le Tour. Priodas 5,000. The nominations for Factual Series sponsored by Acuity Law. The Crash Detectives. Cynefin. Hidden Wales with Will Millard, Felindre, Hospital of Hope. The nominations for feature or TV feature sponsored by Film and TV School Wales. Anorak, Last Summer, Pink Wall. The nominations for game. Cycle 28, Super Stacker 3, Time Carnage VR. The nominations for makeup and hair, sponsored by Ken Picton. Claire Pritchard-Jones for Keeping Faith, Un Bore Mercher. Claire Williams for Apostle. James Spinks for Morfydd. The nominations for news and current affairs, sponsored by Working Word. Ein Byd, The Universal Credit Crisis, Y Byd yn ei le. The nominations for photography and lighting, sponsored by Elstree Light and Power. Adam Etherington for Gwen. Rena Yang for On the Edge Through the Gates. Ryan Owen Edelston for The Fight. The nominations for Photography Factual, sponsored by Janiro. May Williams for The Incurable Optimist. Johnny Cray and Griffith Davis for Anorak. Richard Hughes for Secret Life of Farm Animals. Ac yr enwebiadau ar gyfer cyflwynydd, the nominations for presenter, sponsored by Deloitte. Adiola Dewis for Dock of the Bay. Hugh Edwards for We Will Remember Them. Hugh Stevens for Anorak. Will Millard for Hidden Wales with Will Millard. The nominations for production design, sponsored by Dressed. Arwel Wyn Jones for Doctor Who. Catrin Meredydd for Black Mirror Bandersnatch. James North for A Discovery of Witches. Thomas Pearce for Apostle. The nominations for short film, sponsored by University of Wales Trinity St David. Ellen, Girl, Involuntary Activist, Stuffed. The nominations for single documentary, sponsored by Aberystwyth University. Being Frank, the Chris Civvy story. Critical, Inside Intensive Care. Drych, Chdi, Fi ac IVF. Pantomime in Port Talbot, Balls of Steel. Ac yr enwebiadau ar gyfer Sign, the nominations for sound, sponsored by AB Acoustics. Jules Davis for Anorak. Production team for Cyngerdd Heddwch Berlin. Production team for On the Edge, That Girl. And the nominations for special and visual effects, sponsored by Bomper Studios. Bait Studio for Apostle. Production team for Doctor Who, The Doctor Falls. Production team for The Final Score. The nominations for television drama, sponsored by Cardiff Council. Doctor Who, Enid a Lucy, In My Skin, On the Edge Through the Gates. And the nominations for writer, sponsored by the Social Club Agency. Andrew Davis for Les Miserables. Fleer Dafydd for 35 awr. Owen Shears for the NHS to provide all people. And Russell T Davis for A Very English Scandal. A dyna ni, rhestr lawn enwebiadau Gwobrau'r Academi Brydeinig yng Nghymru ar gyfer 2019. Mi fydd y rhestr yn llawn rwan ar wefan BAFTA, os ewch chi i'w driphlyg bafta.org, Blaenslais Cymru, mi newch chi weld nhw i gyd yn fanno. A mi fyddwn ni hefyd yn cyhoeddi derbynwyr yn gwobrau arbennig ar noson y 3 o Hydref. Well, that concludes the nominees for the British Academy Cymru Awards 2019, which are now listed at bafta.org/Wales. We will be announcing this year's recipients of our special awards, the Sian Phillips Award, sponsored by Bad Wolf, and Outstanding Contribution to Film and Television, sponsored by the Welsh Government, at our nominees party on the 3rd of October. And of course, we are very much looking forward to seeing you all on the 13th of October at the awards. Diolch o galon I chi am ymuno hefo ni y prynhawn yma yng Nghaerdydd, a llongyfarchiadau I bawb sydd wedi cael ei enwebu. Thank you very much for joining us this afternoon, and a huge congratulations to all the nominees. Mwynhewch eich diwrnod. Hwyl fawr I chi.